Campbell as well. He's a guy that's super fundamentally sound for his age. So I think as far as edges go, those are guys that haven't taken as many game reps yet, but I think they're ready for the challenge.
Have you guys faced a quarterback as mobile as Pavia?
Have I, you said?
Yeah, the team.
You talking about this year?
Yeah.
I think he's definitely one of the quicker ones that we've seen on tape. I think he can really hurt you with his legs as well as his arms. So I don't know if I'm probably missing somebody, but I'm trying to think back. But he's definitely a great player in that regard.
How does he stress how does a quarterback like that stress what you do individually on the field, like your individual assignment?
I think it just makes you much more conscious of your rush lanes. You don't want to be flying up the field or, taking your eyes off him for too long because a mobile guy can hurt you. So you want to be more conscientious of working as a D-line unit as a whole and keeping him inside the pocket.
Obviously, Fernando Mendoza is one of the first Big Ten Heisman Trophy winners in a while. Could you kind of feel the gravity of, that you were playing one of the best players in college football this year when you guys faced Indiana?
Honestly, in the moment, I wasn't really thinking of it like that, to be honest, but I was more so just almost just living in the moment, trying to compete and not really seeing that. But he's a great player, and I think it's well-deserved. You could tell that, he's very talented, so, yeah.
In the age of the transfer portal and NFL draft stuff, seems like there's not many bowl games outside of the playoff that don't have a few key players out due to opt-outs or whatever. Sounds like you guys and Vanderbilt both are going to be playing at full strength. Just how exciting is that to kind of have the look of a few years ago when it used to be teams, ranked teams in bowl games with everybody playing? How exciting is that?
I think it's cool. I think that's how it should be. Since I've been here, there's been years, like you said, where guys will just all the good players will opt out, but I think it's going to be fun to, compete against some of their higher tier guys and have our guys out there as well. So it should be a fun opportunity.
Does it kind of give more of a legitimacy to whoever wins? If it's you guys, you say, hey, we beat a real number 14 team in the country, rather than some of the excuses that can be brought up at times?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So were you here when Logan Jones was initially on the defensive line?
I was, yeah.
Okay. So now that he's moved to center, he's the best center in the country. What did you see from him when he was a defensive lineman? That's kind of, and how crazy is that looking back now?
It's nuts. It's crazy to think about. He's always been a freak athlete like that, but to see him transition and pick it up so quickly, I was like, wow, this guy is, very talented, and it was impressive to see him pick it up that fast because it took him, a year to really get comfortable, and then ever since then he's been pretty dominant.
What does he do on that side of the ball now that makes him as good as he is from the defensive line perspective?
I think that one thing he does is, obviously at center you're kind of like a commander almost, like you're in charge of the pointing and the communication aspect of it, so he's great at that. And then I think his posture and just his quickness is it kind of sticks out on film. Like in his pass blocking, he's never lunging or in bad positions. I'd say he's always pretty balanced, and then in the run game, you can just tell he's got that burst and that quickness laterally.
It feels like all five of those guys. They talk about just finishing the plays and finishing guys and getting them down. Like him and everybody else just feel like that's a hunger that you don't always get on an O-line of attacking. George kind of talked about it a little bit too. What do you see in practice from a group it's that aggressive blocking?
You can definitely see the difference in how they play versus how some O-lines play, because I think some O-lines almost is more like a waddle at you, and I think they talked about that, but our O-line is almost more so running and trying to put a pad underneath you and move you. So you can definitely feel and see that on the tape. But it's cool to every day be able to go against one of the top O-lines in the country and get those practice reps so that when you're in the game, it definitely translates, I'd say.